All right. All right. I want to talk about something specific. I actually just made another video. I'm going straight into another one. I have a list of them today I want to do, but check this out. Why did I not trade last week? I want to talk about that. Okay. This is huge for me. This logic that I've learned from Tom Hogard, Jared Tendler, and people like that, and other traders that I'm connected to. Um, why didn't I trade last week? Okay. Let's take a look. All right. Now, I did a video on this day. Don't judge me. Don't blow me up in the comments. Oh, look, he's whatever. Boom and bust trade. Okay. Give me a break. All right. I made a video on it. Go watch it. I talk about it. Okay. But I'm in this account. Okay. I'm up 2,300 bucks, whatever this is. What is this? 2,000 minus my pullout. I already had a payout out of this one. All right. So why did I not trade? I was so excited to trade, right? Like this account's going well, making money, producing, getting payouts. Why did I not trade last week? Last week I ended up traveling, okay? And I also, in the process, was doing some on site projects in my job. Okay. Now I only trade from really 9:30 to 11, maybe 12 or 1, but usually by then that's because I'm stuck in a trade and I'm just managing it and I've got my stop loss. It doesn't matter. Usually by then I'm in a winning trade or I'm out. So I only trade a couple hours in the morning. Usually takes very little brain power. I just need to kind of like find the entry, go with it, whatever. But why didn't I do that? Okay. The reason why is I have journaled enough to know that when I have things that are pulling me so deep into other projects and I can't give the correct amount of brain power into that day or into that morning, even though it's only usually, honestly, it's within like 20 minutes. Usually by 10 o'clock, I'm either done or in a trade. Okay. But I didn't have that time. I didn't have that focus. And for me, dealing with FOMO is real. And not the kind of FOMO where I see a big green candle and I'm like, oh, I got to get in. Not that kind of FOMO. FOMO of like, it's a trading day. I need to trade. Right. And so I kind of like wrote off the entire week, which was super hard for me. Right. I didn't get a lot of sleep because I was traveling, like seriously, like very little sleep. And I ended up having some big projects I was working on. I ended up being on site doing stuff. And I was even like around a lot of people, which, usually I'm stuck in my little dungeon working. And it's like no problem for me to, split my brain a little bit and double dip and get things done and be productive. Okay. But that week, I knew that was not the case. And so my trades would have not been A game. And if you don't know Jared Tendler's book, go get it. But I would have not been in my A game. At best, I would have been at a B minus coming in. Right. So immediately I'm already getting less results or there's less probability of me being successful just for the fact of my environment, right? And how much I can put into this. So I decided not to. But I'm telling you, that was hard because I'm like, I want to make another $2,000 this week. I want to make another $1,000 and be able to pull some of that out, and it was hard for me in my brain to just say no because I don't want to operate on a B minus game right out the gates, right? And I didn't have the freedom and the availability to block that schedule to do stuff. Same with today. I had a meeting come up at 9 o'clock or 9:30. It was very important, or nine. It was actually 9 to 10, and it was very important for me to be there. And I even had my window open. I had my trade set up over here on the side, and I was focused on my meeting. And the market moved. I looked over; it moved too fast. I was like, man, I should be in a long right now. And I'm looking at it like, and I'm thinking like, okay, let me go the 1 minute. Let me look. I'm like, I can't do this right now. I was like, I need to focus. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to let it go. And I let it go and I didn't trade. And I just walked away from it, closed it, and then gave, the focus to the meeting, right? Because I run a business, I have a job, I do consulting, and I trade, right? And two of those are breadwinners, and those are the ones that get 100% of me when needed, like like without question. And so it was important for me to recognize that I was not operating again in an A plus scenario where I could take just the 10, 15 minutes, right? And focus on the trading so I could get into the trade the right way with the right risk, the right trade management. Because usually once I'm in, and I'm good, it takes like no brain power for me to manage the trade. It's actually almost better if I'm distracted because I'm not staring at the charts. All right. So I say all this to encourage you guys to, learn to analyze the day, right? The day that I slept 2, 3 hours, I'm coming in like C game, maybe. I'm not doing my A game. I'm not all warmed up, lubed up, ready to go. Got my protein shake, wide awake, brain's working. No, I was groggy and tired, and I just said, man, do I have the self control to not trade? And I decided I want to. And so I decided not to trade. Okay. Same with today. It was hard because, yet again, I'm looking at this account. I'm like, man, I'm about to get the account that's following this funded. Well, I'm about to get it back to zero, right? Because of this day. It was like as soon as I turned on the copy trading and got the other account, just boom. But I'm actually building that account back up. It's kind of coming up on the zero mark. That's fine. That happens. I'm not worried about it. And so that's really what I wanted to share with you. I'm sharing my trading journey with you guys. I'm sharing my actual feelings, and I'm sharing the things that have helped me be successful, right? And I just realized last video I looked up here, I can make a payout, and you know what? I think I'm going to apply for the payout, right? And I'm going to get paid again. It's not very much. It's probably one of my lowest payouts. It's going to be probably like $600 or 550 or something. That's the lowest payout I've ever had. Every other payout has been, you know, 4 figures. It would be nice to get a 5 figure, but yeah, usually it's way more than that. But that's okay. That's kind of my rule. If I hit that, I take the payout. If I hadn't had this day, which it's been a while since I've had a day like that, it would have been much bigger. But I'm okay with that because I'm okay with allowing myself not to be perfect, and I'm okay with allowing myself to be wrong, right? And I'm not going to beat myself up when I do stuff like that. I'm just going to have a serious talk and be like, "Nah, don't do that. That's not the trader you want to be." So what kind of trader do you want to be? Okay, one that doesn't have to trade every day, one that doesn't have to revenge trade, and one that follows his plan, to the best of his ability. It doesn't have to be perfection. I am not a robot. And I also try to, identify how I'm feeling. Okay. And also identify what game am I operating in. Because if I'm on an A game, maybe there's a reasonable amount of extra risk because I see an A plus setup and, everything looks good and everything's just moving exactly the way it should. And I'm like, okay, maybe I put an extra $100 risk on the trade. Doesn't sound like much, but when you're a 1 to 2.5, 1 to 3.5 on average, an extra $100 risk makes an extra $200-300. All right. So I hope this has been encouraging for you. I hope this just helps you. Me being open and honest like this, I hope this just helps you like process the way that you trade and that you can, go get these books and you can study and learn and, kind of apply the same things that I'm doing. So that way you can find success in this. So anyways, share this video out, drop me a like, support the tiny channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.